Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So excited to start our Monday morning off together, and especially with such a fun topic where we're here to have fun today, and I hope we do. My name is Sam Allred. I'm with NC BAM. So I am Sam with NC BAM. I do not like green eggs and ham. So I hope you're not having that for lunch today. How many of you know anything at all? What does NC BAM stand for?
Never heard of it.
It's the North Carolina Baptist Aging Ministry. And we are a part of the Baptist Children's Homes. We came over from our Thomasville Mills Home campus, so we're very close to home. And I'm traveling today with our intern, Caitlin. Caitlin just has a couple more days left with us, and she'll be graduating this May from UNCG with a degree in, I always get it wrong, it's been a whole semester, Human Development and Family Studies. And so we have been really grateful to have her be a part of our team this semester. So if you get a chance to talk with her, please encourage her, keep her in your prayers the next couple of months. She'll be making some exciting transitions and changes. But we are a senior adult ministry. Our mission, our heart is to help seniors stay safely and independently in their homes as you age. We have a call center, and that number is listed in very teeny print on the bottom of your newsletter that Caitlin passed around. So you can reach out to us for help and resources, answer questions. If we can't do it, we're going to try to point you to the right people. And then if you'll raise your hand if you didn't get a newsletter, Caitlin will come around and get that to you if you snuck in behind us. But take that newsletter home. There's lots of exciting news, announcements, and encouragement happening in that. But today, we are here to talk about laughter is the best medicine. So this is one of the cool things we get to do, is travel all around the state and share educational workshops and presentations. And this one is a little bit different because it is geared around us having a good time and fellowshipping. So we're going to go through just some importance of why laughter matters and what does that mean. And then we're going to play some games and hopefully experience it. And like I said, start our morning off with a lot of fun. So here's what I want you to do, okay? Because this is what I'm getting a lot of. And that's not what I want on Laughter is the Best Medicine. So I want you to look to someone, make eye contact at your table across the room. Give your biggest smile. Smile through your face mask if you're wearing a face mask. Use your eyes or eyebrows. What happened when we did something that simple like a smile? What happened to our room? It's still here. It didn't kill us. That's a big factor. Sometimes we think a smile is just going to take us out. It's going to end our day. But the room got warmer. It got brighter. I heard laughs. I heard chuckles. I heard people connecting. So if we take nothing else away from our day today, if you are having a hard day and you don't know what else to do, start with a smile. Because that smile might just be enough to turn your whole heart and attitude around. Now, we are a Christian organization, and we believe that God is the center of all that we do. So I want to share this very encouraging verse too this morning. Psalms 126 verses 2 and 3 says, "Our mouths were filled with laughter then, and our tongues with shouts of joy. Then they said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. The Lord has done great things for us. We were joyful." Amen. So let me ask this question and just shout out your best guess. As an adult, how many times a day do you think we laugh?
Just depends who we're around.
Maybe it depends on who we're around.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a number, average. How many times a day do you think you laugh?
5.
5?
I'll say 100,
100?
and 90 of them are, I'm laughing at myself.
At ourselves? Well, that depends too. How many times do we look in the mirror might alter that question, huh? On average, they say an adult can laugh about 15 times a day. I was a little surprised. I thought, well, that sounds pretty high. I don't know. That's kind of encouraging. But how many times a day do you think children laugh?
All day.
All day. How many minutes are in a day? Children can laugh up to 300 times a day. So we were all children once, belly laughing, giggling, smiling 300 some times a day. And now as adults, on a good day, we're laughing, smiling 15 times a day. What changed?
Life,
Life?
life. We got older.
Talking. That can influence it. We get older, life happens. What do you mean by that, life?
Oh, boy.
We're living as kids, right? Who takes on all of our worries usually as a child?
The mother.
The mother. That's an interesting. I always say parents, mamas take on a lot of it. Daddies take on a lot of it. And what? We just get to have all the fun parts of life, right? We get to hang out with our friends. We get to cut up. We get to play tricks on our teachers. Mom and daddy are taking care of all the hard stuff. They're working. They're paying the bills. They're cooking for us. They're worried about the doctor checkups. And we just get to float on through life. And then when we get older, we become the mamas and daddies. And we start taking care of all of that stuff. And things get hard and complicated. And we have to find the answers. But I want to encourage us this. Yes, that is true. And life definitely has many highs and many lows. And as we age, we have a very unique set of highs and lows. But I want to encourage us that we are still children and can still find that childlike innocence, laughter, joy. And we can find that in refuge in God. Because we are His children still at every single age. And just like our moms and dads and uncles and grandparents cared about us and took all the worries and burdens on of the day, so too does God for us at every age. There is never a day when He does not look down and see us, where He does not want to take our burdens on, where He does not want to resolve the things that are challenging us. So I want to just open our morning with that encouragement. Not to say that life won't be hard, not to say that the difficult things will just be magic and poof away and everything will be sunny again. We know we'll have hard days and we'll have difficult things, but let us remember this verse and find reason to smile and joy in our day, and that we know there is a God who cares for us. He cares and loves us when it's good. He cares and loves us when it's hard. And let us maybe increase that number even just a little bit as adults, that we can still be childlike. God tells us to have childlike faith. Let's do that every day and make that choice. So why should we make the choice? Why should we laugh and choose to have fun? Well, there's all kinds of science that really proves that laughter is indeed a type of medicine, that it does help us. We'll look at that in a moment. We have to choose it. We'll talk about that. And it can help us move through life stages. So from childhood on into adulthood, into the golden years of being an aging adult. Choosing laughter and joy can help us. And then we'll close today with some games where we can practice that, because sometimes we have to be challenged to choose laughter. Now, this is probably pretty common knowledge, but laughing releases endorphins. What are endorphins?
It's a chemical in your brain.
It's a chemical in our brain, and it's a feel-good chemical in our brain, yes. Endorphins are good hormones. When we laugh, those endorphins are released and produced in our brain, and it tells us, you're okay, everything's good, you're having a good time, and it makes us feel good. It makes our body feel good, our heart feel good, our mind feel good. We see that a lot of times with running. So if you don't like to run, if you don't like to exercise, just laugh instead, and you can get that good, fun feeling without the exercise. It reduces the stress hormones like cortisol. So when we laugh, the good hormones are increased, and the bad hormones that give us stress, that make us feel down, that hurt our body, are decreased. It dilates the inner lining of our blood vessels, and that can improve circulation. Prolonged laughter, so laughing a long time or in good spells, lowers blood pressure. It improves our mental function. Now, how neat is that? Our bodies are designed to perform well when we choose laughter and joy. That's why I say, if you don't know how to laugh, if you're thinking, there is nothing good today, and that may be very well true. Some days are no good. They're rotten. They're gray. start with a smile. Because that smile can trick your brain for just a moment to think, hey, I'm okay right now. This may not be okay, but in this moment, I'm okay. So you can start with a smile and a deep breath to set all those good hormones on and hopefully decrease some of those worst hormones. You may not get rid of them altogether, but you may get just enough break to find some relief, a true breath in your day. It's even been proven that laughter and choosing joy or that sunny disposition can improve your immune system. Because again, all those good things tell your body, hey, we're okay. And then our body will choose to believe it and can function a little bit better. So there's all this really neat body science and medicine that proves that laughter is a good thing for us. I just think that's really neat, especially coming out of this pandemic. It's just been such a difficult few years on all of us to know that we can still choose to respond positively. But it is a choice, right? And I love this quote. This comes from an American writer and novelist. He said, laughter and tears are both responses to frustration and exhaustion. I myself prefer to laugh because there's less cleaning up to do afterwards. So it has to be that choice. Now again, I'm not saying that we have to just ignore the hard days and the challenges and pretend everything's okay. But instead, let us choose something to take away from that moment, to get that break. Because sometimes we can still choose to find joy even in the hard times. So I just want to share with our room real quick. Shout out something that brings you joy. Maybe it makes you smile or makes you laugh when you think of it, or you're with that person or doing that activity. What are some things?
Grandchildren.
Our grandbabies. How many of you are grandparents? How many of you are great-grandparents? Do I have any great-great-grandparents in the room? Amen. That is so great. What else?
I like to see babies laughing on Facebook. It's wonderful.
Watching, listening, being around a baby's laughter. Now, I'm telling y'all, if you are around or see a baby laughing and you don't so much as smile, you got problems. All right, you need to go make yourself a doctor's appointment right away because there's something wrong that you need to get some science and medicine for. What else?
My pansies have started blooming again, and they are so pretty, and they just make me smile.
Season changes. And right now, with it being spring, we can look outside and see the flowers blooming. If you love to get out and garden, and you planted something and you see it return, it brings joy to us. Now, I'm kind of in the middle and in between somewhere. I do love this time of year, but my allergies in full force, so I have to choose to see the silver lining there and say it's worth it. What else?
What you got, Helen?
The birds and I was gonna say all the blossoms. Oh, these trees are absolutely breathtaking when you come down the road out here in the front.
They are.
They're so pretty.
Listening to the birds sing and wake us up in the morning. Spring is an especially great time of year, especially coming out of the gloomy, dark winter, but it can remind us that even when things may feel difficult and falling around, we can look outside and see the world still turns. Newness can still happen in the blooms and the songs of the birds. In the back. Yes, sir.
Hey, when I see my eye, my light.
What'd you say, Albert?
Your hairline? So there we get. Maybe if we don't know how else to laugh, just a good look in the mirror might humble us and make us smile.
I think coming out here, getting on that bus and coming out here to see friends.
Yeah.
Our friends, connecting socially. Yes. How many of you guys love a good piece of cake? How many of you are some coffee drinkers? That gets me up in the morning. I had my coffee preset and my alarm went off this morning and I thought, oh my goodness, it is too early. It's before 7 o'clock. It's another Monday. And I took a deep breath in and I could smell that delicious coffee and I said, okay, I can do this. That was my reason to smile this morning. All of these things. Some of these are really big things like our family. Some of them may be very small, like a new flower bloom. But with all of it, we have to choose to find the joy in
Oh,
these
you
moments.
have, take some funny stuff.
And why do these matter? Well, because when we can choose the joy and we can choose the smiles that will hopefully bring laughter to our hearts, they help us move through challenging things in life. So if you're in that challenging moment and you're like, I don't know how to get out of it and smile and laugh and have a good time. Some of the things that you've already said are small choices that can have big impacts on us.
Quiet.
Something like talking to a friend,
Some serious stuff.
like you said, coming out. If we're unable to get together in person, a phone call can still help us. FaceTime. Things like volunteering and serving. I know there's opportunities to volunteer through the senior center, in our churches, at community organizations like the Rotary Club. Getting involved with our local library. There are animal shelters. That's a wonderful way to give back. But getting out and finding purpose and doing for others. Turn on your favorite song. What is your absolute all-time favorite song? I want some good recommendations. Anyone?
I can only imagine.
I can only imagine. Now, worship music, yes.
That's my favorite song.
Brings you that peace and joy, I bet. What else?
You lift me up.
You lift me up. I have any Beatles fans in here?
Oh, yeah, all those in there.
What about Elvis? We did a program called Shake, Rattle, and Roll last week. And I forgot, I was embarrassed of this. I said, this shows my age in the opposite direction. I forgot that was an Elvis song. And we had titled a fitness program called that. And when I was preparing, I was looking at the advertisement for the had all kinds of stuff on Elvis. And so I thought, oh my goodness, how did I almost forget that? So I had to add some Elvis pictures in
How
there.
great they are. I love that song.
How great thou art.
I just love that old time rock and roll and my boogie shoes.
That old time rock
I
and
don't
roll.
exercise, but boy, that'll make me dance. every
Yes.
time. Yeah.
If we're struggling and those things that normally bring us joy don't, turn on that favorite song and get lost in it. And it might get you up and moving. You might start dancing around the house, tapping your foot, and all of that can give you that quick 2-3 minute break from the hard times to say, this too shall pass. And get outside. Nature, y'all have talked about nature already. Nature is so important to boost our overall wellness and health. It grounds us. It gives us a reminder that the world is bigger than just us. It makes us feel a part of something, especially on beautiful days like today, and we can see those little gifts and promises in a bird or in a new bloom. Go outside. Sit on your porch for 5 minutes a day and watch how that can affect and increase your mood. Small changes that can help us through the hard times. So this is some really good medical advice, and we're going to practice this from everyone's favorite trusted doctor, Dr. Seuss. He reminds us, from there to here and here to there, funny things are everywhere.